Minute. I bought some cameras to protect myself, right? And I just want to go through all of these different cameras that I have here, and there's one box that's missing. So I have a total of 2, 4, 6 cameras, 6 different camera sets that I actually invested in. And so the lesson that I want to teach everyone is about jamming. That when we go out and we purchase these devices, what happens is someone is able to jam the signals that they can come into your home and you will never ever see them. That was my experience. So, as opposed to depending on these devices, what I did was I depended on this. I went and I got me a latch. I put it to the door. So if you come in and there's my bar, it is going to show forced entry. Now let me take you to my other door. So to my other door, what I did was I put a different type of latch. But I have a latch to the door, but I also have a lock that I leave unopened. So in case of an emergency, it's easy access to get out, to get in and out. This is what I had to do to try to make myself safe. And as for the windows, couldn't depend on the alarm system. So I put in little brackets. See the brackets there? I put brackets there so that no one will be able to open the window. So now we ask ourselves, how safe are we really? You know, it was a lesson for me that when I had my setup with the Ring camera, not so much the Ring, it was the Blink. When I had my Blink camera set up and people were able to get into my home, and the camera would actually go off. And when you go to look, there's no visual. You don't have anybody there that you can see. And so that was alarming to me because I couldn't figure out for the life of me what was going on. Well, long and behold, you have some really creative people that are able to jam the signals. And if they jam the signals, you will never see them. They will be able to get into your home very easily without you knowing. The one thing I find about this house here is that there's so many ways to get in. And of course, I try to secure everything. So let me take you to the other door. Getting ready to take out the trash. Here's my other door. That's leading to my basement. So I just wanted to make sure that they can't come in at all because I don't need this door. This is the other door. It leads to my garage. And so as we can see, this is the only door in here that's really unsecure. Now, I also had ADT. So how do you have an ADT system and someone is still able to penetrate to get into your house is the question that a lot of us need to be asking ourselves. I spent so much money on trying to protect myself, unreal. And guess what? They were still able to come in. So now, here I am in my garage. And as you can see, I have locks on the garage door after I had done spent $1,000 thinking that if I put the automatic garage opener that was going to stop anybody from getting in. Well, let me tell you what they did for me. I was standing outside and all of us, came inside. I left my car parked outside. And next thing I know, I see my garage door going down because I left it up. And so immediately when I seen it going up, I run over here to the switch because there's a switch right here. And I hit that switch. And when I hit that switch to actually stop the garage from going down, then I go outside. When I go outside, I see a car parked out there. And the car that was parked there was sitting there and they were just like laughing because they had access to my garage door. And I'm just saying to myself, all these things that I have done to protect myself, yeah, I guess if it was somebody else, by this time you probably would be losing your mind. But wait a minute, it gets better. You know, the company came back out, and what they did was they changed the frequency on it. But then you hear the clicking because the appearance. So it was a lesson learned to me that anytime if you program this, what you have to do is make sure you listen to the click, because if you hear a click, that means that somebody else is programming their remote to your equipment. Now, I believe that this is one of the areas that they're able to get into my house. You see this opening right here? This opening leads to the outside of the house. And I remember one day I was in here and all of a sudden I heard a screw hit the floor. And when I did, I came out and investigated, but of course they probably hid underneath the car because I wasn't able to see them. But yeah, this is the story of my life. This is the turmoil that goes on here. And there's a lot more to be told.